Good morning, Dr. Wong. Today, me, Yusim, Kylie, and Tanashwari will be presenting the title Amylase. Amylase is an enzyme that found in the salivary gland which help in digestion. It speeds up the breakdown of starch into simple sugar. The pancreas and salivary gland mainly produces amylase, which hydrolyze the dietary starch into disaccharide and trisaccharide, which are then converted into glucose and used as energy. The function of amylase is to break down the starch into smaller molecules, resulting in maltose, which is then split into two glucose molecules by maltase.
The first type is alpha amylase. Calcium metalloenzymes cleaves random alpha-1,4-glycosidic bonds to yield either maltose and maltotriose from glucose, maltose, and dextrin from amylopectin chains. It is secreted from the pancreas and salivary gland, break random bonds in the starch chain, works more quickly than beta amylases. It's a member of glycosidic hydrolase family 13. Second type is beta amylase. It is found in microbes and plants. It is found in seeds in inactive form prior to germination, hydrolyze the second alpha-1,4-glycosidic bond in the starch molecule and yield two maltose molecules at a time. It's a member of glycosidic hydrolase family 14. The hydrolase starch maltose gives sweet taste to the fruits.
The last type of amylase is gamma, which is found in the plant and animal. It cleaves the last alpha-1,4-glycosidic bond and alpha-1,6-glycosidic bond in the starch molecule to yield glucose molecule. Its optimum pH is 3 and it is a member that belongs to family 50 of the glycosidic hydrolase.
Amylase is produced by the salivary gland and pancreas. It is found in the mouth and gastrointestinal tract.
Amylase is used in the food industry to improve the texture of bread, enhance its crust color, increase the shelf life, and it also can produce syrups, sweeteners, and malt extract, which is concentrated maltose. In the brewing and distilling industry, amylase is used to break down starch into fermentable sugars, sources such as barley, and it will then be fermented by yeast to produce alcohol. And it can also be further refined and processed into vodka or whiskey. Amylase is also used in the starch industry to convert starches from sources such as corn, wheat, potato, or cassava into glucose syrup, high fructose corn syrup, and in the detergent industry, amylase is used as a stain removing enzyme to break down and remove starchy stains from the clothes, such as the pasta sauce, rice, or potato during its washing process. And one example of detergent that contains this enzyme is the Tide Plus Ultra Stain Removing Detergent. In the pharmaceutical industry, amylase is used to modify certain drugs or supplements to improve their solubility and digestibility. And then in the animal feed industry, amylase is added to their formulation so that it can improve the digestibility of starch in the feed of those animals and increase nutrient absorption.
The mechanism of amylase in salivary gland. First, amylase produced in salivary gland. Second, substrate recognition. It recognizes these starch molecules as its substrate. Third, initiation of hydrolysis. Amylase bind to the active site of the starch, which initiate the hydrolysis reaction. Fourth, amylase hydrolyzes alpha bond of large alpha-linked polysaccharide yielding maltose and glucose. The mechanism of amylase in pancreas. First, amylase is produced in pancreas as an inactive proenzyme into the small intestine. Second, activation. Pro-alpha amylase is activated by enterokinase. Enterokinase cleaves off a small peptide chain from the proenzyme, converting it into its active form, alpha amylase. Third, substrate recognition. Recognize the partially digested starch molecules as its substrate. Fourth, initiation of hydrolysis. Bind to the starch as its active site. Last, hydrolysis. Active amylase hydrolyzes alpha bond of large alpha-linked polysaccharide yielding maltose and glucose.
Fun facts. What is amylase's favorite food if we could talk? It is an endless supply of starch. In the fictional world of dancing enzymes, amylase would be breaking down carbohydrates and turning them into fun sugary dance beats. Thank you for watching, and this is the end of our presentation.